Hello, everyone. Today we're going to talk about a special word. This word is called inquiry. Can you say that? Can you say inquiry? Inquiry. We're going to be doing a lot of things this year where we use this type of thinking called inquiry. Now, inquiry is a really big word for what people do when they investigate. Investigate means to ask questions or to seek to figure something out. So inquiry, when we learn this year through inquiry, we're going to investigate. Can you say investigate? We're going to investigate by asking questions. So Mrs. Ferris is going to write this. We're going to investigate by asking questions. And a lot of friends in our class have already been doing this a lot. Sometimes during our morning meeting or during our small group, people will say, Mrs. Ferris, why do we do this? Or what's happening here? So when we're doing inquiry, we're going to investigate by asking questions. And when we ask those questions, we're going to think. We're going to look around the world for solutions. That means answers to our questions. And then when we do all of this, we're going to learn new information. So Mrs. Ferris is going to write that. When we do inquiry together, we're going to investigate by asking questions to learn information. To learn information. So this year at University Elementary, and as long as you stay at University Elementary, we're going to really be thinking about the world around us and why certain things are the way that they are. And by asking those questions, we're going to learn new information through investigation, by investigating. So today we're going to start a brand new inquiry. And we are going to be doing this for the next couple weeks. Mrs. Ferris is going to be asking us some questions so we can learn some new information. So our question for this week is, it's right here. It's our question. And remember, questions are things that we're wondering. So I drew myself with a little thought bubble, something that I'm curious about or something I'm not quite sure about. Our question for this week is, how can we use our senses to learn about ourselves? How can we use our senses to learn about ourselves? And you might be wondering, what does that even mean? What does this question even mean? I'm going to teach you. So, I'm going to be showing you a video. While you're watching this video, I want you to think about, how can I use my senses to learn about myself? What even are senses? If you're not sure, just keep that in the back of your mind and we'll talk about it. So the first thing I want you to do is watch this video. Take a look at this picture of popcorn. Have you ever had popcorn before? Have you ever smelled or tasted or even made popcorn before by helping your family? I want you to think about popcorn. Take a look at this picture. Ask yourself, what does popcorn taste like? What does popcorn look like? What does popcorn feel like? If you want to pause this video and ask your family to pop a bag of popcorn for you, you can see the popcorn yourself to see how it smells, what it looks like, what it feels like. Or if you can't do that, you can just think about it. You can look at the pictures, or you can think about memories from maybe when you've had popcorn before. Now that we've thought about popcorn, or maybe even popped a bag of popcorn, I want you to think about it using this sheet of paper. What do you see when you look at popcorn? What color is it? What shape is it? What do you hear? Does popcorn have a sound? What do you smell? What does popcorn smell like? Remember, you can use different ways to describe how popcorn smells. Maybe it smells salty. Maybe it smells yummy. What does popcorn taste like? Remember, if you don't have popcorn at your house, try to think of a time where you've had popcorn. Or if you've never had popcorn, you can just skip that or try to imagine looking at it, how it might taste. And then, what does popcorn feel like when you touch popcorn? I want you to think about these things and write it out in this sheet right now. Did you look at the pictures on the screen that I just showed you? I hope you figured out that we have 5 senses. We can see. I have a scene right here. Point to your eyes. We can hear. I wrote hearing right here. Point to your ears. We can smell. Smelling is our 3rd sense. Point to your nose. We can taste. That's number 4, tasting. Point to your tongue. And number 5 is touching. We can touch things. And all 5 of these senses, they help us see and understand the world around us. So we're going to end our lesson by quickly listening to a story about our 5 senses, and then hopefully you can think about that activity that I gave you today about your popcorn. Our 5 senses. We have 5 senses that help us see the world. Hearing, seeing, smelling, tasting, and touching. Our senses help us enjoy the world around us. Seeing is the first sense. We can use our eyes to see. The black dot in the middle of our eye is called a pupil. The pupil lets in light so we can see. Sometimes we use our sight for fun, like reading a book or playing video games. Other times we use our sight to stay safe. Hearing is another one of our senses. We hear with our ears. Inside our ear, we have an eardrum, and here's a picture of it. We use our hearing to enjoy music or to listen to our teacher. Smelling is our 3rd sense. We use our noses to smell. Did you know that kids can smell things better than adults? Look at this little boy who's smelling this stinky shoe. We can use our nose to smell flowers or to smell smoke in case there is a fire. So our senses definitely help keep us safe too. Tasting is our 4th sense. We use our tongue to taste. We have taste buds on our tongue. Taste buds tell us if something is sour, bitter, sweet, or salty. Here are 4 words that can help us describe how something tastes. Cupcake tastes sweet. Coffee tastes bitter. French fries taste salty. And lemons taste sour. Touching is our 5th sense. Our skin gives us the sense of touch. We have little nerves in our skin, so we know when we touch something that's pointy or sharp, it'll hurt a little bit. These nerves help tell us if something is too hot. It gives us pain, and pain is the body's warning sign. We need our senses to stay safe and enjoy the world around us. The end.